So Guma Valley Water Company responsible for provide water for we in the western area. They provide water, we use it, we pay. That's the social contract. But for a very long time now, there have been a problem of enough water supply in most areas across the city, especially in the east end of Freetown. But that as well is not entirely their fault because the population, the high explosive population in Freetown and the high demand for water means that basically what they are producing and not going to be enough for everyone at a given time. So but despite that, currently they pay 2,500 loans for 1 liter of water. This price was adjusted in 2016, but in 2018 Guma Valley attempted for raise the tariff as well, but that bid was unsuccessful. This year again they don't propose to the Electricity and Water Regulation Commission for raise the price of water rates. So now they're proposing that it goes to 7,000 leons per liter. This now over 200% increment. Now Guma, they say they need for use gets enough money for expand and maintain the infrastructure, where in turn go allow them for provide efficient service to most parts of the city. That's the argument, and they are even saying that this increment is long overdue. So this morning we go careful can talk to them about that and why then think say this time around they might succeed in getting the water rates high up. So stay with you, because when we return we can talk to Ali Kabauna, the head of media and communications at Guma Valley Water Company, and Fatmata Angela Swari, one of the tariff analyst at the Electricity and Water Regulation Commission. This is the Epic Morning Show. This morning we talk about Guma Valley, then proposed water rate increments where they don't pitch. And last week there was even a public hearing about that. So in the studio with you we get Fatmata Angela Swaruna, the tariff analyst for Electricity and Water Regulatory Commission. And good morning, Madam Swari.
Yes, good morning.
All right.
Good morning.
All right. So let's start with waiting some of the criteria for make any service provider, whether in electricity sector or water sector, ask that they increase the tariff.
Listen at the condition the way we they look first. First, the utility get for sure say that they go through financial hardship. What we they consider saying then they go through financial hardship now when they not able for repair and maintain their assets them from the revenue when they generate. And also if they get unexpected disaster, they're not able to maintain the assets them for able to provide the services them within they provide. Then they also can make with the look into the tariff. And also if they get they're not able for pay them debts them from the revenue when they generate, then they can also initiate tariff review.
Okay.
Or any other factor where the commission consider necessary.
So and also back in 2018, Guma Valley be attempt for raising tariff that was denied. Witness some of them condition and they back then would not be meet, will be make una no approve for make them increase the tariff.
First and foremost, before we approve a tariff, we get what we do with them called prudency test.
Okay.
If any of them utility has to fail to for meet up that space that we don't set or that target we don't put, then we know they approve tariff.
Okay. All right. So in the studio too, we get Ali Kabawe in the communications and media person for Guma Valley Water Company. Good morning, Mr. Kaba.
Good morning.
All right. So give me some background on a decision for reapply for make tariff go up, the water rates.
Okay, thank you very much. I mean, the last way Guma get a proper tariff review, like 15 years or so ago, in 2006. In 2016, we applied for a tariff review. And they grant you a provisional tariff. We then say the EWRCC will last for 6 months. But that tariff done in place now for 5 years. In 2019 again, we applied for a tariff review. But that one they get for be aborted halfway because not due to the problem, the reasons will say, I mean, we apply for not correct, but for other reasons other than the reason with the justification. So in 2021 again this January, we don't apply for a tariff review, and another one they go on presently.
Okay, so why should they talk about that? And when I don't apply, a lot of people they wonder why this particular application the increment is so high.
Well, like I say, we don't, over the years, they suppress the tariff review, like the normal practices. We can get a fixed arrangement, say, after every 2 year or 3 year, the regulator in some other places, we will sit down and review the tariff. But not to the case now in this situation. So like I say, from 2016, when the commission granted a provisional tariff, that one is in place for 5 years now. And if you take the cost of prices, commodities, you will find out, say, a lot of increase don't take place within these 5 years. Like in 2016, petrol price, 3,750 leons. Now you talk about 9,500 leons. A dollar cost 7,000. Now you talk about 10,050 leons or 10,100, as the case may be. And the material that they use, like chlorine, alum, lime, now overseas we purchase them one a day, and then they charge me in dollars. So if you continue to run the business at the same price at 2015, even when 2016 when it had been suppressed price, the company definitely they go before, and we get a lot of plans for daily maintenance, running cost, daily running cost, all one end from the water rate, the charge, the pull one end. And also, when they receive subvention from government for do with business like other entities, them if they want to be in case, at least we go to keep the price outside the presently, so that the reason the one day.
All right, Madam Suare. So earlier on, you be talk about some of them threshold them where Guma Valley be need for meat. So as it is now with the application where they don't make this year, how far have they gone to meet some of them threshold? And I know soon I don't make a final ruling yet, but you must go down see them proposal on your desk.
Yeah. According to the application where they submit, it shows say then they go through financial hardship, considering the inflation and exchange rate. However, I'm not going to say the tariff could be approved because that's not the decision of the board. We don't get a public hearing, we don't get feedback from key stakeholders, no object to the tariff increment one. The only concern where they showed now the public hearing that Guma for game up and make sure say the service where they provide be of better quality. So
So whilst una no go confirm yet whether the tariff will be increased or not, in applying for tariff, is there a threshold una they look at the margin of increase? Where for example we go say, okay, una no for increase the tariff by so percent. Is there something like that?
We dey look to the revenue requirement. All the costs that where they incur for able for provide the service. Now then they go make way for determine whether this category go increase in this percentage or not. We not get a specific threshold for say for exceed this percent. No, it just get for be say the tariff for match up with the revenue requirement.
How about the consumer them as well? Which kind of role then they play in all of this? We not the end users then.
Now that's make we can hold a public hearing. Follow we get the feedback from consumers and key stakeholders. Because we are regulator, we therefore we are middleman between the utilities and the consumers. So if we get feedback from the consumer, that we able for make way before know the decision where we will take.
Okay. And back to you, Mr. Kaba, and there is also the concern for a lot of people. Tell we specifically Usai price then go because a lot of people don't even know saying at 2,500 leons then they pay for every liter of water at the moment within they use. So I know say that when they propose for that and they go to 7,000, but also proposals for even water bowsers the way companies or private homes they order for make them prices go up.
Okay, thank you very much. For a liter of water, presently they charge 2.50 leons.
Okay.
Yeah. So for 1,000 liters of water, that like 1 drum water, now 2,500. Say 246 or 244 gallons of water. Now 2,500. So now we try for can go to 70 leons per liter. So you come up from the 2,000. 2.50 leons to 70 leons per liter. We will carry the 1,000 liters to 7,000. Now for the second category of residential, that supposed to get tapping sign use, you get flush toilets and then kind of thing in the bathroom. You will pay the home price will come up from 2,500 to go 8,500.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Then we get a third class of residential where now somebody like we get a big house, get garden, they get swimming pool, you get 1 or 2 gardens for us. I mean, they can send it. So that person they consume more water. So that person in your own type they come up from 2,500 to 10,000 leons per 1,000 liters of water.
So isn't there a standard rate for everybody? Let it be no more. The more you use, now the more you pay instead of the.
Well, the one that when you can to down the one that volumetric that you on meter charge. Yes, if you get meter and use that, then it's you go pay. Yeah.
Yes, and a while back I know when I talk about plans for get a prepaid meter system we go make you use, you pay, you use, just like with electricity day. How far are those plans?
Well, the plans are there on the floor, but basically we know what they put. We know put prepaid meter and residential houses them. Mostly one target commercial business system. The residential then will get the normal. We will try to put meter there, but now the normal metering we not to prepaid. So that one then away what you do use like now the bill postpaid. If you use the water in July, now inside August you will get your bill for July. So then can see that arrangement they will continue. But the good thing about meter is the control. You get what we call water conservation. You use more, you pay more. You use less, you pay less, irrespective of the price don't go up. So if you get a meter that you're able to control the usage, say, 70,000 able to pay for water, so I will work within 70,000 usage for the money kind of thing.
When we talk about the price increment, I imagine say again forget a ripple effect on the whole water ecosystem of the country. Take for example the one where they do packet water them. A while back, I know saying them in clash with now when then suddenly increase them prices without consultation. But if we approve them prices, they are go mean say then get for buy water more expensive, and this mean packet water who they buy 2 for 5 block or 5 block for 1 now. It go be much more expensive. Yeah. How na get for deal with that?
First and foremost, everything at the country don't go up. So if then they buy at a higher rate, of course we just get for expected and get for sell at a higher rate. Because then say get for able for meet up for make them go before be sustainable. Otherwise the business could collapse. However, we don't put in place that no go make increments where go be too much for the consumers and for able for afford them. Then they are assured the public for say we regulate them and we also get for set their own tariff where then go able for sell to the consumers.
In setting their own tariff, why soon are they decide on Guma Valley their own tariff now? Is that going to be in line with the thoughts that water might go up, packet water them, so in a way it go be harmonized?
Of course, yes. Even at the public hearing, we get representation from the Salon Packet Water and Bottling Organization, and from them feedback. Then Steph don't tell we say if we approve this tariff, then Steph get for increase the unit prices, which is understandable because if then they buy at a rate we don't different from what them lands buy, that means to say then just get for increase them to the price with consumers then go buy.
And all of this before we go, public opinion out there is that we are not for increased water rates at all. So how would I get for deal with that? Because I know as well that could be a PR nightmare that we are not one for go through as well.
Well, we just appeal to we acknowledge that the service very challenging. People don't get water they want to, but we don't explain to the public say the amount of water where the public need. For make you pump every hour or every minute the tap they run, we know presently get them. Now they produce on a day in mile 13 about 77 cubic liters of water. That about number so like I said, 19,000 or 21,000 gallons on a daily basis, as the case may be. That now when we get plenty of water, especially during the rain season. As they come to the dry season, they reduce them. Now the requirements we know about for everybody get to tap open and tap at any time of the day. We know over 244 cubic liters of water. Then at 3 times what present will they produce. So Guma presently the main dam not able and get output. So now we need a second source. A third source, but if we get a second source, I mean the one that will resolve the situation seriously in the country. Now we get plans for we get a source. Now where the season come by say end of this month or early September, the dam will full up and it begin wastewater, begin spill over. We won't begin capture that water. Then number 2, we get a location where we identify But for we will build that one, that we need but $80 million. That one they go not go get am from this water rate, plus government come inside or a third party come inside. So now the catch 22 situation that one day you want to improve, but you not get the finances on your own for do the improvements and the except government help we or a third party come help we.
All right, thank you very much for talking to us this morning. Ali Kamawana, the head of media and communications at Guma Valley Water Company, and Fatmata Angela Swari, the tariff analyst at EWRC. Many thanks to we guest them this morning. It's the Epic Morning Show.